At this time we have Grow Your Business. It's a feature presented by and in collaboration with the Jamaica Business Development Corporation. It is that entity that has a responsibility for the facilitation and growth of micro, small, and medium enterprises. Things Jamaican is having its family legacy, and it's highlighting this father-daughter duo at Bartley's All in Wood. In a bit, I'm going to be speaking with Janine Fletcher-Taylor, who is the manager for the Marketing Services Unit at the JBDC. But I have here with me Lacey Ann Bartley, who is Managing Director for Bartley's All in Wood. Well, would you know, she's here with me this morning. Good morning, Lacey Ann Bartley. How are you doing?
Good morning, Dr.
Welcome to
Taylor.
Hotline.
Thank you so much. I'm wonderful. Thanks for asking.
Okay. I thought you were going to say you're wonderful, but all right. So I'm all in wood, a woman, who is doing wood products. I don't know what kind of wood products. I know cool that you're doing it with your father. Sounds great. Continuity and those things. But usually it's a son. Usually, but not all the time, of course. So tell us a little bit about your Bartley's All in Wood.
Okay, so Bartley's All in Wood is a wood solutions company, of course, being family run, and most of the members of my family are involved in the business. We provide solutions for, of course, the hotel and tourism sector, not just souvenirs, but also foodware, platters, room gifts, hotel amenities, anything for the hotel and tourism sector. Once it is wood, we do that. We also do corporate gifts and awards for also like your HR managers, your marketing managers. We do that kind of thing. And also foodware and premium and souvenirs and gifts. So we target each sector of business and provide wooden solutions for them. We also are a custom design house. So if an entity wants something custom designed, we are the person to call.
All right. So I got it that you do a whole range of things. You do furniture too?
Yes, we do. We do hotel furniture also, and also for villas and Airbnbs.
Okay, but custom ones, of course.
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay.
And we
so
do have our own designs. Especially Daddy is an excellent furniture designer. So we do have designs that our customers can choose from, or they can also choose to do custom pieces.
How old is your company?
Well, that's a tricky question because as a limited liability company, we've been running for 6 years from 2019. But the business itself has gone through many iterations from, my father and his friends to my dad going on his own to us becoming family and then incorporated.
So your daddy was a woodworker, cabinet maker, all of that, who sent you to school through the woodworking business.
Yes.
And then he move on now, and then daughter grow up and other family members grow up, and you then linked up with the JBDC and you move into the next level. So something like that?
Yes, that is exactly it. JBDC was very instrumental in taking the business to the next level and also helping us to understand what good fiscal management is and business management. Because coming from a mom and pop business, we never had those fundamentals. So communicating, going back home and communicating to my mother and father, the mother say, "Oh, girls at university, I feel like she know more than me." But the team from JBDC, my business coach at the time, which was Terry, Helen, Colin, those people were there with me, and they physically came to my location and had family meetings with us and helped them to understand the possibility of what could be possible and what we needed to do to get to the next stage. So JBDC is not just a entity, government entity. They were very integral in my success and getting me up off the ground. Before, the media and everybody knowing about Bartley's, they were there from the literal grassroots. From I was on my mother's kitchen table until she run me out. And from I was working in Because in the house, we were building furniture from the house.
Yes.
Because
and sometimes you're building furniture, and because you're using up the space, you're building strife, right? I get it.
Yes.
But
But
I hear you. I hear you talking about the. Yeah, go ahead, please. Yes.
JBDC allowed us to plan. One of the things that they started me out with was strategic planning, because they allowed me to plan out of my mother's kitchen.
Yes.
So and even being upstairs the house and working, we had JBDC coming, the engineering department that is out of Garmick. I had Colin and his team come in and perform 5S training. So even though we were at home, we were looking out to become professionally certified and meeting international best practices right where we were. One of the important things I want to point out for persons who are listening, who maybe or are interested in running a business and starting a business, it's okay to do good where you are. There's nothing wrong with starting at home. There's nothing wrong with being where you are, being at your mother's kitchen table, or like at some persons on your veranda. It's perfectly fine. But just start good business practices where you are.
Janine Fletcher Taylor, I don't know if you have anything else to say, my family. Because, by the way, we talk about family business because it's family, because she named Taylor like me too, Miss Barkley, right? So,
yes.
I've been listening to this. It's not a testimonial, because it's a little bit more than that, because she has gone through detail to speak about some of the things that you have at your fingertips about the way in which the JBDC has been in the trenches, has given assistance. But for the benefit of other persons listening, I want you to tell us in very direct way, specifically about the kind of assistance you gave to this this small company that is growing, as well as to other similar entities that may be seeking your assistance.
Well, certainly Lacey Ann hit it on the head when she spoke about business best practices and strategic planning. And basically the JBDC supports our clients from concept to market to develop these best practices, to implement them in their businesses, but more importantly, based on key market feedback. And so this whole campaign, the establishment of the Things Jamaican chain and brand, and that market access support helps us to develop those business principles around what the customer is ultimately looking for. And that is kind of what leads to the successful revenue growth of businesses. We tend to develop our business exclusion of what the market is asking us for, and then try to do a sales pitch. But if we're connecting with the market and the JBDC's market access support through the Things Jamaican chain, through the business development officers, through our financial services officers and marketing officers, would now be providing hand-holding support of the businesses at no matter what stage they are. Interestingly, I'm so happy that Lacey Ann pointed out the matter of strategic planning, because a number of persons really do come in more keen on selling. And what we're saying, your ability to sell and scale and respond if the market is pleased with what you're selling, lies in those strategic actions, planning ahead, kind of putting everything together to enable a successful outcome. And that's what JBDC is there to do, to guide clients along that growth pathway, but at the same time enable them to access markets and earn while they're doing that.
I've heard a number of testimonials over the years. Yes, I've heard a number of testimonials over the years, but in particular over the last maybe 2 years, as we have been doing this feature, Grow Your Business. And I believe that this is one of the most lucid representations of the things that you have been doing and the impact that you have had. Tell us, Janine, what would it take for an average would-be entrepreneur to end up having the kind of success like this, especially with a family business? And I like family.
Yes, because it does require a lot of community and free support and collaboration in that early stage where there's no capital. So I would say what enables a successful outcome is an innovative business idea that is responding to pain points in the environment, listening to what are some of the challenges that people face in the environment, and looking at the skill sets and capabilities that you have as a person to develop a solution to those problems. And in pursuing those problems, ensuring that you're developing best business practices, that you are support putting yourself in a support system such as
Mm-hmm.
JBDC, getting yourself into a network of other entrepreneurs because they would have learned the hard way things that you don't need to go and relearn. And just be willing to be brave because it does require some amount of bravery, some amount of stick to itiveness when you are challenged, and ensuring that you're pursuing that with a certain amount of commitment because it really does not always look beautiful. So in order to get to that success place, you have to go through the hills and valleys, right? So that's my short response to that. Don't try to do it on your own. Get
Mm-hmm.
into JBDC. JBDC will connect you to the other agencies and ministries that may be required to support you. And just
Mm-hmm.
don't try to do it on your own.
And speaking of which, on your own, not on your own, I do know that you have at least 23 yard brands that
Hmm.
have benefited in a similar way to Barclays All in Wood, and these would include Portland, Authentic, Pure Chocolate, Milford, Ruby
Yes.
Leather, Lanneman Gems, and Rocks by Nana, Macintosh Craft, and a number of others I just can't go through now. I
Yes.
really want to thank you both for being here with me. It's a big deal, really it is a big deal. Thank you so much, ladies, for being with us. Lacey and Bartley, managing director of Bartley's
Dr.
All
Tim.
in Wood. Of course, family business, shows a lot of respect to her father. I love her for that one, and the rest of her siblings. And Janine Fletcher Taylor, my Fambili, who is marketing, the manager for marketing service unit at the Jamaica Business Development Corporation. Walk good,
Thanks for
but don't
having
walk
me.
too far.